Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be watching Sun Leviathan versus Divine Guardian. I am Verdant Chaos, and I am joined by Abba Trombone. Say hi, Abba.
Hello.
So now, looking so far at some of these bands, we have, that is Karma and Sona coming out of the bot lane. We are really not liking supports, it would seem so far.
No Amumu
But
either. A lot of lockdown out of Amumu. I don't blame him. He's kind of an annoying support to go against, along with Karma as well.
But now we also see the Karthus, Kled, and Swain band. I'm honestly surprised to see Kled and Karthus. Not a very often seen champions, but I believe that the top laner really fancies Kled for the side, and that's going to be Malachor for them.
Yeah, Ezreal's pretty strong right now. If he's able to play safe and poke back, that'll be kind of nice for them. And Ashen's going to be returning. This is probably going to be an Ashe support, knowing Divine Guardian. We'll have to see what they end up pairing with it. I'm guessing they're going to pick another AD carry. That seems to be their draft style. But we'll have to see what they end up choosing in the end. Do you have any predictions, Verdant, as to what they might be picking?
I think, if I had to guess, they are most likely going to be throwing a Caitlyn or a Seraphine with this, but
Ooh, a
they're going to be picking a
Maokai.
Maokai. Okay, all right.
Fairly early jungle. If Ezreal gets rooted, sure, he can buffer the E, but he'll still be rooted for the duration, which can be quite helpful trying to just catch him.
So, do you think it will be like a potential Maokai support, or do you think that this will just most likely be jungle?
I've
Just
so
insta lock.
rarely see a Maokai support. I would be
Okay.
guessing jungle. There's a slight chance we maybe see him flex top lane.
I was gonna say top lane that is an option as well, but now we're gonna be getting Ezreal Leona here. So
Yeah, a lot
we
of
get
lockdown coming out of both teams here, Leona and Maokai and Ashe. So we'll have to see what the damage output is, what they have for maybe a potential second carry, or if they're going to be layering down and doubling down on these big, like, catch 5v5 style comps.
when that'd be Shyvana in the jungle here. I have not seen Shyvana in a hot minute for either solo queue or for competitive, but that's gonna be a Wukong
Oh, they
then.
haven't locked in
Yep,
yet.
yep.
That's going to be Wukong. Yeah, keeping
Now that's
everyone in
locked down.
Leona is going to be pretty nice. Ooh, this looks like a potential Braum here. So we'd see an Ashe AD carry with a Braum, Pro Filiord, a lot of CC for sure. Ashe is a nice utility carry, so we'll have to see what kind of damage they're going to be picking out, perhaps in the mid lane or top or jungle if Maokai ends up going there.
Honestly, I love seeing Braum in games. Braum is just just a fun champ to like really watch at times. Just watching him eat all of that damage. But now we're gonna be seeing a Gangplank ban. I'm sad to see that. Oh, okay, it's gonna be good.
Zed.
Sad. I was gonna say
Zed
I'm
makes a
sad.
lot of
I'm
chance.
I'm personally sad when I see Gangplank ban. I love seeing the saltwater scourge. But right now they're gonna be getting that Syndra on out of here. We don't want that artillery mage here in this game.
Yeah, no artillery mage, no Castlewin either. Yeah, he can be quite devastating in the late game. Definitely makes a lot of sense. I haven't been seeing him getting into any of these competitive games. He's been banned in the first or second rotation, depending on how things line up. He can lead to some devastating wins. I'm sure if there was a Kale on the enemy team, they'd be banning it as well.
Right now, do you pick the mid laner or do you think you pick the top laner for the side of Divine Guardian?
Mid lane, I think would be. Oh, it looks like we're gonna be picking Ornn. Will be okay.
All right, so that's going to be guaranteeing Maokai in the jungle, Braum support, obviously, and then that's going to be Ornn in the top side. So we're going to be saving this last pick for the mid laner. So
It
for
could
mid lane,
It could be an
I
orange jungle. There's a chance. The
oh
the,
yeah
the
yeah
chances are never high, but never zero.
that okay that's fair. I'll give you that. However, I've definitely seen a lot more of Echo on Ornn.
Yeah,
Like
that's for sure.
personally, I've seen him on that. Sorry to clarify, there's a person on Divine Guardian named Echo, not quoting the champion in the game,
Yeah.
but admittedly, I don't think Echo plays Echo, so I think that makes it easier to then talk about it from that sense. But
Ooh, Avaris mid lane probably going to be going AP here for a little bit of that extra burst damage. Is generally good against tanks, and if you ended up catching an AD carry as well, a lot of CC with Leona and Wukong and Jax for that big AoE stun. They're going to be relying on these big sort of death ball stuff from Sun Church. We'll have to see how we're going to get a counter pick from the mid lane. I'm going to expect some sort of range.
Ooh.
Cassiopeia. Yeah.
So, instant snap thoughts. What's your who do you think has the better late game, Divine Guardian or Sun Leviathan?
I think Divine Guardian has a little bit better late game. The only really AP damage they have is going to be Varus if they go AP, and I guess Ezreal does a little bit. But Divine Guardian's going to have some nice mixed damage. The Ornn items are going to help, and they just scale generally well. Cassiopeia, if you get to build full build, you don't buy boots, so your Mythic gets an extra little tick on it. Plus, with the Ornn, I would give them the late game advantage.
Right. Do you think that Divine Guardian's going to be lacking with AD here? Because you have AP damage with the Ornn, the Maokai, the Braum, in a sense, and then obviously Cassio. But then you just have Ashe as AD. Do you think they're going to be lacking on that front, or they're going to be fine?
I think they'll be a little bit behind. Ashe has been doing a lot of on-hit builds, Kraken into Rageblade. Kraken is some nice true damage, and your Q does offer as an auto reset, which is quite nice. But Rageblade, I believe, is also magic or true damage. So, yeah, I don't think they'll have quite enough AD with this composition. We'll have to see if Sunchurch ends up responding at all with the appropriate armor. Maybe if we see Fangs Out's Ashe pop off, they'll be having to buy a lot more armor, which will enable NATO's Cassiopeia to really put in the damage there.
So I haven't seen a lot of it, but I believe that Jax does technically beat Ornn right now. Obviously, because he tries to go for the brittle proc, and then Jax can then use the counter strike to really mitigate that damage coming, that like max true health, the max magical damage coming through on from the Ornn. But Jax, if Ornn plays it just nice, easily, he can just scale into the game pretty freely here. Do you think that Jax is going to struggle this game, or do you think that you can really set up a lot of roam timers here to help a Wukong?
Well, it all depends on how you play it, right? If Ornn goes in right away, Jax can easily just E, but if Jax just tries to jump in preemptively, they miss their E. Ornn is able to kind of punish the misplay on Jax, which means it's not going to be guaranteed if they don't set it up right. But if Jax just plays kind of patiently and just slow pushes it, Ornn's not going to be able to challenge it. There's going to be so much damage coming out of Jax. They'll be able to scale, do a lot of damage in the laning phase, and keep this Ornn from getting some of the golden XP he needs to really enable his team. So it's entirely possible what you're saying is true. We'll have to see with the execution.
I think it'll be another thing with the execution aspect of it. I think if Ornn goes Glacial Augment versus like a Grasp, I think that'll really change up the laning dynamic, because then you'll able to get out more of that, the Q poke, then you're able to farm from afar, you're able to play safer, and then really get to those levels. Obviously, you'll sacrifice a little bit of the gold, but as Ornn, you really just want to get those levels, get those ornaments, hand them on out to the squad.
Yeah, for sure. You know, Jax really doesn't like getting autoed with his dodging on his E, so Grasp probably isn't going to be the way for Ornn to go. But if he ends up going it, maybe, you know, he'll get some procs. Hopefully, Divine Guardian can get some value with it if they end up going that route. But that extra slow could be quite nice, disabling the Wukong's dash, you know, maybe forcing that out rather than just walking up. It'll really help him, especially with the spacing, or just keeping him in that CC for the second proc of Ornn's ultimate. It's good peel. It's really good peel.
So right now, you're looking at Wukong, you're looking at Maokai. Who do you think has the earlier advantage for just kind of getting to some of these objectives?
For these earlier objectives, Maokai has a pretty decent clear using the bushes, but I would have to give the edge to Wukong with the clone and doing all that damage. Maokai doesn't really pop off until he gets his demonics, I believe. So the early advantage will probably end up going to Wukong, not to mention Ezreal's going to be able to shove wave a little bit better than this Ashe and Braum lane. They'll be able to take these minions out and probably go for bot lane. And Jax, like you said, is going to be able to slow push and keep Ornn off of these waves. So if he wants to go for Rift Herald instead, it should be his for the taking, so long as Sun Church plays it correctly.
So looking at these comps, so then Wukong will have the earlier edge. What objectives does Wukong really want to shoot for? Do you want to go for the Rift Herald, or do you want to go for early dragons and play around some of that Leona CC?
I think an early Rift Herald here is quite good. If you have the early lead, getting the first Rift Herald is very important. You get a lot of extra gold and a lot of extra tempo, which really sets the tone of the game. That first dragon is nice, which sets you up for Soul. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, it's not as big of a deal, I think, as the first Rift Herald. After that, Soul is going to be a pretty good win con for either team if this game goes late, or even if it ends up going for more of a mid-ish game. That Soul will be a lot of pressure for each team.
Okay, looking at this bot lane, will Ezreal and Leona be better than Braum Ashe, or like who plays better in the laning stage out of the two here? I'm kind of thoroughly unknowledgeable when it comes to this particular matchup. How would you really look at this?
Funnily enough, whenever I see these lanes, I think they just have big commitment issues because whoever engages first always loses. They just kind of back off because Leona goes in, they use their CC on Ashe, Braum hops over and can just use his CC on Ezreal or peel off the Leona and use his shield so that Ezreal doesn't get any of his damage off. If Braum goes in and Ashe ends up getting some of that CC, Leona can just walk up while Ezreal walks away. So they're not going to be committing to any sort of fight unless someone's low. It's all going to be about some of that poke and how that lines up.
So I try to force them to commit to it.
Yeah. Playing towards their towers. Both of these comps kind of want to be playing towards their tower so that the enemy has a further distance to walk to so they can really engage and get some of these kills and get ahead. Of course, that's obviously going to have the consequence that you're not going to have a lane prio so that you can't fight for some of these objectives. So there's going to be this push and pull. Both of them are going to want to be kind of aggressive at the same time and wanting to be passive around the same time. And of course, it'll change a little bit depending on if junglers are on the same side of the map or on the opposite end.
So, all in all, then wave management is going to be tantamount for success in the bot lane.
It always is. Wave management helps out every lane, especially when you have some of these more volatile lanes in bot as well.
Fair enough. So, people, the last group we really haven't talked about so far is going to be this Cassiopeia, and Varus. Who do you think really has the advantage here in this matchup?
Varus has the range advantage. Both of them need a lot of gold to be getting online and doing what they want to do. But Varus can get Mana Mura, which is a fairly cheap item, and it really enables a lot of his kit and helps him with some of the mana problems. He's not going to have that issue CSing as much as Cassiopeia with a better auto attack and not needing to use as much mana. Cassiopeia, of course, is kind of mana hungry to begin with until she gets that first or really second item. And Varus is going to be able to pop off probably sooner and just has the range advantage as well. So it's going to be able to harass Cassiopeia just a little bit more, provided Sun Tooler plays a little more optimally than your average Varus.
I think I'm excited to see this mid lane because Cassio, I think, very much has a potential to get in there with the Q speed up, and also she can kind of go even on mana if you spend it wisely. Obviously, you get the mana refund if you get the kill with you get the CS with the E. So if she's able to just kind of manage that and play that well, she can kind of force some bad situations out for Varus, and he's going to be going cleanse here because he's going to be afraid of some of the CC coming out from the red side here. But now we're going to be getting into it. Do you think there's going to be an invade here, or do you think it's just going to be a 5-point both sides?
There's certainly a chance for an invade here on both ends. It's a little bit risky, but it looks like with Gray walking up the way they are, that there's a potential that they're going to go through the mid lane and try and get some vision on the bot lane, or they're going to play defensively in case the enemy ends up doing an invade. It looks like it's going to be a 5-point into a invade defense. So not a whole lot of action right now. I'm going to be guessing some people are going to be backing off. A lot of cleanses on the side of Sunchurch here, because of all of the CC that Divine Guardian has, which is going to give them a nice TP advantage. NATO and TT Echo is going to be able to TP to some of these objective fights and really use their numbers and perhaps get a split push as well.
I will say that Sun Church is their sister team, and this is Sun Leviathan for this one.
Sun Leviathan. Okay, then the
Yes.
link was incorrect. Incorrect.
Yes, but now we're going to be getting into it, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be seeing the first kills on some of these creeps this game. But now, I think it's going to be. Who do you think is going to get first blood here?
Well, I think it's going to be Sun Leviathan here, with Wukong probably getting a little bit faster of a clear and probably going to get a gank off sooner and try and exert some of that pressure in one of his side lanes. Would be my guess as to what goes on, but you never know how it goes. You never know how it goes. Oh, a little bit of a BM back here coming out of a Macro Beast.
The Macro Beast here just not caring whatsoever, but now we're getting level 2 in the mid lane. They're going against each other, but
Level
Echo's
2
going to
top
be
lane.
getting
Echo's
caught out
taking a lot of
in the
damage.
top lane.
Yeah,
It's going to
just
be
like we
going down
talked
to...
about, that slow push is really going to be difficult for Ornn to deal with. And it looks like the level 2 was hit by Greatest and Fangs out. They're able to pressure out. Greatest, of course, landing another Braum Q. And Sun just landing these E's on NATO, chunking him out, already at half HP. Might be having to use this TP early in order to survive and get some of the sustain in lane that they might be wanting.
Right now, you can see Malachor got the ward onto the red buff, on the red Titan Sentinel, but now Hit's having to flash away, gets engaged on by Toadstool. They're getting the damage off on him. He has Ignite on him. He's going to be going down to the Wukong. Hey, you guessed it. Good call. Good call, Ava. So Spy's getting that pickup there. So this is definitely not going to be good for them because they're able to know that Gray is on that red buff.
Yeah, early vision really helps tell where your jungle is, which enables your team to do all sorts of things. Gray might be able to get a return kill top lane should this Jax Malkover V decide to push, although TV Echo is pushing back here, being he has the lane advantage. Macro Beast is going to be able to poke Ashe out, being there's no wave to contest and defend themselves.
Right now, Gray can't contest Spies on that top side scuttle. He has like a fair bit of HP missing, but he has Conquer. Well, Gray has Phase Rush, so Spies just wins that in the long fight. But now there's going to be a Hex Flash coming through. We're unable to get that grab onto Fangs there. Toadstep really just trying to look for some of these spicy plays here.
Yeah, if I was the Ashe, I would have wanted to get hooked there, walked into it. Braum would have gone on top of me, and I would probably be a dead Leona right there, being able to stack all of those as well, especially with Fangs out slow with all those auto attacks. Gray might be hovering bot here, or at least getting the Scuttle Crab here. Dragon coming up in 45 seconds. Any backs are going to be wanted now to try and get some of this gold. NATO getting chunked out.
Oh,
NATO's going to be a Q, and that's going to be a kill on Sun Tueler.
Tueler able to just get a lot of this poking onto this cast here and is unable to just really be contested back onto him. Hit's looking for some of this damage in onto Toadstool. Get the flash out from CC. He's getting him pushed back. He gets the stun. The Glacial Augment's slowing him down, but he's getting exhausted. Toadstep, is he going to be able to get away? Fang's getting the last autos off, but Hits is going to be falling in return. And right now, Gray's low. He gets Macro Beast getting a double kill. He gets the cleanse. Right now, it's Fangs just dumping in damage into Macro Beast. He has the red buff. Will he be able to get away? No, Fangs is able to pick up the kill on the bot side.
Yeah, it's very good that Fangs was able to end up getting kills here. That Litho Tempo really helping, trying to get another tower play just to further this gold lead. Ezreal's going to be coming back with a Noon Quiver, so it looks like he's going to be going for the Kraken build rather than one of his other many builds.
NATO got some damage, but the return Grievous is pretty brutal for him.
Yeah, unable to heal with all of these pots, unfortunately.
Ooh, right now Toadstep is here in the mid lane. He's going to be going in. That's going to be a flash out from NATO. They're unable to get any further damage. Tueler is down half HP, but is Echo able to finish this out? No, this close. He gets the flash in and the auto, and Malachor able to pick up the kill on Echo in the top lane.
Another kill. Sun Leviathan has been playing a pretty good game here. They're already up over 1,000 gold at the 5-minute mark. Well, I should really say 6-minute mark, and have been forcing out all sorts of sums. You know, Echo having to TP here and NATO having to TP earlier. These flashes out of the bot lane made it a lot harder for them to play safe, and Macro Beast can just kind of shove wave here. Now, maybe they end up getting the first dragon, an Inferno Dragon, enabling them to kind of hurt a little bit more.
So right now, where I think, do you need to just power farm in the jungle to 6 to really start bringing more impact to your team, so that you can kind of come back on this, or do you want to look for a Rift Herald, or on the side of Divine Guardian? How do you really want to pick this game back up?
Well, there are 2 ways to do this. While you're only about 1,000 gold behind, they might not be getting this on their character and back. So you could try and match jungle to jungle and do some counter plays. Or you could be doing what Gray's doing now with a cross-map play,
that's
trying
a nice
to get onto Malcolm.
Malcor getting shoved back, getting the push in. Gray's kind of getting low here, but this is going to be R coming out from TT Viaco. He gets the knockup, gets the brittle proc here. Will he be able to get the damage? He's unable to flash and get that last auto there, but now Malcar is in a very tough spot. They just TP'd back to lane, so will Echo be able to pick this up? It appears that, ooh, this is going to be close. This is going to be flash away from Echo there. If he flashed in and got the brittle proc, that would have secured the kill when he had it.
Yeah, that would have been a kill, should he have had it, but we can't see all of these combos in the middle of the game. It's a lot easier when you're sitting back. Hindsight is 2020, to be sure.
Macro Beast just not even respecting this bot lane at all.
0 respect to be had. Going Cull first as well. Still getting up even in kills. We'll have to take a look at the gold to see how things are shaping up here. Malcar already 600 gold up on TV Echo. And another 500, closer to 400 in the jungle for Sun Leviathan. It's still a big gap in the middle here with another 600 as well. And a 200 gold lead on Ezreal.
That's closer to 50, but right now, Echo is just going to be having a rough time. Ooh, will he be able to get killed here? He's definitely low. Will Echo be able to get in some of this poke damage in there? Right now, Gray's shoving into it. Echo getting that shutdown onto Malcor.
Yeah, that's really good to be seeing here. I'm glad, you know, we're seeing a little bit more of these kills in the orange. He's able to get some more of this XP. There's a chance Spyas comes up and gets him if he sees him on this back. And that's an ultimate. That's a kill.
Spyas going to be getting that peck up.
That's a kill. That's going to be crashing, which means he's going to be losing all of this farm, especially with this TP down and having a 15-second death timer. NATO is really low in mana here, getting harassed by Sun Tooler, which is exactly what he wants to be doing right now.
So looking at the top lane, do you agree with the Balmy pickup right out of the gate, or would you want to see something like a Cold Steel or a Bramble, or like even Plated Steel Caps?
Plated Steel Caps early strikes me as a very good option. I get why you might be going for a Balmy's. You know, that evades the E. If he's still around, it'll be there. Your Ornn, they're going to be staying there forever.
Coach getting the grab off onto Fangs here. They're going to be getting the damage. Hits is going to be thrown up that door and kind of just mitigating all this damage. So good awareness on hits, getting that up before the stun really allows Ezreal to get in that damage.
Like I said, it's a bit of a commitment issue. Both of these don't want to get into a relationship at all. They want to stay single with their supports, their little duo.
Speaking of relationship, you got both these junglers convening to the bot side of the map, but we're going to be seeing some here. Right now, Tooler is just going to be crushing that damage in there, but Toadstep going to be getting low here. They're going to be able to get the damage here, I think, soon. Hits eating that. Ezreal are doing a good job on that. Spies is getting slowed with the exhaust here. They're going to be able to get the stun off. They're going to get the pushback. Macro Beast is going to be falling to Fangs. Fangs right now gets shut down. Spies trying to get out the best they can. Fangs getting low here. Spies is going to be then able to pick up Fangs. Right now, Hits is trying to run out with as fast as they can with their life, but Spy is going to be getting that pickup as well. Now it's going to be a long trade in the bot lane, but right now Echo trying to get away with his life against Malcor, unable to get that further pickup. Malcor is really pushing Echo into a bad spot here, but Gray able to just get away with just kind of a low health here. More mana than Spies, but definitely is going to have a hard time fighting this.
Yeah, his passive is going to help him, you know, kind of get back into this. Unfortunately, with the way the wave and the death timers are shaping up, it's going to be a little difficult for him to do anything. Now, things might be looking pretty bad for Divine Guardian here with a 3,000 gold deficit, but we got to keep in mind we didn't
Ooh,
give
that's
them...
really good. That's going to be a trade in the top side, but at least Ornn is able to take him with him.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ornn's not going to be able to get that gold or XP there with it being cracked, which is favored for Malcolm, but it's still good that TV Echo is able to get that kill. As I was saying beforehand, before they rudely interrupted me with this big, massive fight, they were not favored in the early game, so being a little bit behind here, 3,000 is going to be a little more than they would want to, but with them scaling as hard as they do, it's certainly still winnable by Divine Guardian. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult. Toadstep getting caught out here again.
Right now, and Hits is just going to be able to eat all this damage coming through. You get the R coming out from the Ashe. Toadstep's just going to get caught out again by Fangs.
Yeah, that ice shield does a lot. It might look fragile, made out of ice, but it will certainly protect all of your comrades underneath there.
Ooh, Tooler's looking for a play here. Tooler's looking. But it seems that they might be able to rotate this into the first, their first dragon of the game from the side of Divine Guardian.
Yeah, the Ocean Drake is going to help keep some sustain versus some of this poke, which is going to be more than helpful. And second Rift Herald isn't anywhere near as potent.
So they're able to secure that there. But then they're going to most likely be able to get the Rift Herald on the top side of the map for Sun Leviathan.
Yeah. Oh, an objective.
So
trade
now
for
that
an
you have
objective trade.
you have the Rift Herald here, do you want to throw that in the mid lane? Even though the tower just fell, right now they're going to be catching Toad again. They're going to be catching Toadstep again, but Fangs down to half HP here. They're unable to get really any of this damage in onto Fangs, and Gray's going to be picking up the kill onto Toad. Now they're just trying to get some damage onto Macro Beast. That's going to be another pickup from Fangs there. This is just a bot lane massacre at this point. Now they have most of the kills in this game through the bot lane.
Yeah, they certainly do. It looks like they answered the question for you. They were ending up throwing it mid lane. I would be thinking more towards top lane to really help this Jack split push and invade some of Gray's jungle where they have this early lead. And usually while they still have it, they might be going away.
Ooh, is Tooler going to be able to get this pickup? No, he will not be able to. Unable, and hits the Tooler from downtown, but unable to get any further damage.
Yeah, getting a flash rather than a cleanse there, which is a very important summoner. Sitting at a 5-minute cooldown, it's going to leave him quite vulnerable.
Ooh, Malkor walking up in the brush here. But are they able to pick up anything? It looks like he's going to be going down to Spies, if I had to guess. But Malkor getting the pickup onto Echo. He gets the shove back. He gets the pop over the wall, but now he's in a very bad way. Spy is able to get that pickup onto him.
Yeah, TV Echo missing that flash there, kind of enabling his death, dying right next to the wall that he loves so much, knocking people into as Ornn. We are seeing some, particularly strong items right now. We're seeing Rod of Ages finally on Nado, and this Demonic on Gray.
That's going to be exhaust onto Tooler. Now Hits is going to be able to get that stun, but unable to get any further from there because he gets the cleanse off. Tooler's going to be throwing that damage back to it. Fangs is at, and Hits is at half HP, but that's going to be an ultimate coming out from Toad. Toad's going to be then going further in onto Hits. Are they able to get the damage out, get the shutdown onto Fangs here? Now he's going to be able to get this stun onto him. That's going to be a pickup for from Macro Beast. Good awareness on him on the macro side of things. Are they able to find Toad here? It's looking like a possible maybe.
If
She's
this Q lands.
Ooh, from downtown Hits gets that. Nice job.
Very well done, Greatest. It's played excellently by both sides. Unfortunately for Divine Guardian, I think it felt a little bit closer towards Sun Leviathan as they have a little bit of a gold lead and they're able to execute some of this pressure. And they got a shutdown on Fangs out as well. Still, gold going onto these AD carries is going to hurt for both teams.
Ooh, Asher coming in from downtown, but an instant cleanse into that. So right now, will Gray be able to finish off this kill? He's getting the damage in, and there it is. He's able to pick that kill up.
Yeah, being a macro and micro beast for sure. We'll have to see if he's able to pick out some more of this mid-game gold. It is still fairly even in the bot lane. Only sitting at about 150 gold difference, and their ward scores are about the same as well.
So right now it's a 5k gold lead on the side of Sun Leviathan. Right now, Todd's going to be going in onto Fangs again. They're going to be getting the knockups with Spies, get these triple knockups. Toad's going to be maybe falling here shortly, but Fangs is going to be going down to Todd and Tuller coming in from the side lane. NATO is getting in some of this damage. Are they able to find this pickup? They get him knocked up into the air. Spies is going to be getting very low here. There's going to be a knockup onto Tuller here. Are they able to finish him out with NATO? But Tuller just putting in the work and able to then pick up that kill. Tuller's going to be going down to Echo. Is Echo able to then pick up kill on Spies? Spies is going to be getting them. And that's going to be an ace at 16 minutes right before Dragon's going to be coming up.
It's very important to note that Malkavi was split pushing top. The numbers advantage was on Divine Guardian, although they weren't all together at the same time. This is going to be more of a gold swing on them. They're going to be pushing top, pressuring out.
Oh, good lord. That's going to be Malkor just flashing in onto Fangs. Wow.
Yeah, I've certainly been there as AD carry where you just get flashed on by a Jax. Unfortunately, your attack range is a little bit longer than that, so you're going to have to be spacing things out. Jax is always a threat. You don't know if he has a ward up where he can jump or if he can ward flash. He can be very dangerous and hard to do damage, especially when you're as auto attack reliant as Ashe.
Say it's definitely interesting to see the Jax start out with Divine Sunder instead of going for Bork here, which I think is perfectly fine going into an Orin just because that kind of goes right through his resistances.
Yeah, the slow not mattering as much with his hop, and if you're already chunking people out, you don't necessarily need to go for Bork for the damage. If you're already winning these trades, it's kind of a win more button. This... Ooh.
Oh no, ladies and gentlemen, the client has crashed.
Oh, I got it.
For me.
All right. Well,
all right.
It's still going here. Well, they're going to be sitting right on this Wind Drake, getting the second Drake for Sun Leviathan. Oh, it looks like NATO's going to be caught out here by both Sun and Toadstep. Oh my goodness. The amount of damage Tuller's doing with his abilities, already hitting his 2-item spike. NATO does have a fully stacked tier, but it might be a little too late for Divine Guardian.
Yar coming in from downtown. He's going to be probably picking up this kill on the Greatest, but he's getting the damage off. Is Melkar going to be going down? He's going to be going down to CC Gray here. But right now, they're going to be pushing in the side lanes. Oh, this is probably going to come down to a big old team fight here.
Yeah, NATO's going to be coming up soon. They will have the home base advantage, which is really going to be helping them out. They can walk to their tower if they get chunked out a little bit, or I should say their fountain. And it's quite a distance from home for Sun Leviathan. They are playing things rather slow rather than diving. Greatest Hits trying to take some of this damage onto his shield and negate some of it and save his allies.
So right now, we're getting down, and we're kind of getting down to the nitty gritty of this, where they could Sun Leviathan could end the game if they go through the bot lane. Do you think they really want to push for a fight here?
They certainly have the gold lead
half
too.
HP dies to Sun Tuller. Oh my gosh, that AP hurts. But TTV Echo trying to get out as best he can. He's going to be dashing away, but Spy is going to be getting in onto NATO. He's going to be able to get this damage further out, but Fang's out also in a bad way. NATO's going to be falling to Spies. Fang's going to be falling to Tuller. That's going to be another pickup from Macro Beast onto Echo, and that's going to be a kill on right now. All they have is just the Maokai. Is Maokai going to be able to do this defense by himself? He does have ultimate.
And Brahm's going to be coming out so soon.
Ooh.
That's one tower down for Divine Guardian. This might be Toadstool's death as well. Are they going to be going down here? Not quite yet, and that's going to be one.
He's going to get a pickup right there, but then that's going to be a kill on to them. But Tuller just having too much damage, just killing both of them there, just igniting those blight stacks. Absolutely ruthless here.
Yeah. Riftmaker has a special interaction with how AP Varus ends up working, which ends up getting you a lot of damage and stacking very fastly, giving him the burst that you really want to see out of AP Varus. And that's going to be the Nexus. So this is game one going to Sun Leviathan. We'll have to see how Divine Guardian ends up going. If they're going to be picking blue side or they're going to go for the counter pick red side, we'll have to see in the next game. This is going to be a block of 3, so it doesn't matter if they win or lose this next game. There will be a third game, so stay tuned.
do you go to commercial break, or are we gonna?
I I don't have a slide for commercial break yet.
Gotcha. All right, sounds good. So for the time being, it is going to be one now for Sun Leviathan versus Divine Guardian. So looking at that last game, what do you think that Guardian really needs to change up here in order to succeed?
I think knowing where to concede and where to concede led to a lot of issues where people were dying when they necessarily didn't need to be dying. Yes, Divine Guardian had a pretty good bot side lead, but they were losing gold everywhere else in the map. So Fangs Out and Greatest Hits weren't able to execute as much. If their front line dies, their damage on the back line isn't going to matter as much. So I'm going to predict a little bit of a change in the draft phase. They were kind of lacking of some of that damage, or mixed damage, I should say. And then perhaps just a little bit more information through their wards, or just knowing exactly where the enemy is going to be so they can play a little bit more safe and not die to some of these ganks or some of these plays, I think will really help them out at all. As we were kind of talking about in the beginning, all of the edges went to Sunchurch. Neither team, none of the lanes, I should say, had an advantage in Divine Guardian. They were either neutral or losing.
And that's going to be it for a little bit here as we try to get shuffled into the next game. So we are just going to put it to commercial break. Just let's go with a mute for now, and then we'll just leave it on the title sequence. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now back into the drafting stage here, and we're going to be keeping the sides here for both Sun Leviathan and Divine Guardian. And this is going to be game 2 of the block of 2. And we have 1 win on Rising Tides.
Block of
But now
three.
sorry, block of 3. I'm sorry. Words are hard, ladies and gentlemen. Always keep that in mind. But right now we're snapping through these bands here. We have Karma Mumu, and we have now Sona out of the bot lane. So we're just going to be keeping the same bands that we had in the top and for the last game.
Divine Guardian banning their own Maokai.
I think Maokai can very much be a prio pick for the jungle. So I think it's perfectly fine to see that come on out. But now that's going to be an instant Nunu and Willem snap pick right out of the gate. So now it's going to be a lot of ganking for this matchup here.
Can't stop, won't stop. They snowballed last time, and they're going to be doubling down with the Nunu pick, snowballing into lanes with all these ganks. We'll have to see if they're able to execute some of these vision vulnerabilities we're seeing a little bit in some of the laners. We weren't able to talk about it as much, but there was so much going on. It's hard to talk about everything. So we'll have to try and point out some of those things. Coming back with a Viego, we'll have to see if Gray is able to get some of these resets, killing the enemy and trying to just get a carry there. They certainly will have more AD damage this game.
So an important thing to note is that Toadstep and Spies are going to be swapping roles this game. So that's going to be the jungler and the support for Sun Leviathan. So it'll be interesting to see how the game really changes with those two players switching it up. But now we have Viego Ezreal coming out of Divine Guardian. So we're going to be taking that Ezreal away from Sun Leviathan here.
Yep, we've seen Fangs' out Ezreal before. We'll have to see if it's able to punish the enemy team's composition. Ezreal can be a very strong pick. Pretty good right now, especially with how the crit damage has gone. Essence Reaver into Navori's really hurts. We're going to be seeing Zeri, a champion I have not seen in quite some time. I'm very excited to see how this goes. This is going to be a lot of movement speed with Nunu, Lilia, and Zeri on the enemy team, Rising Tide Christmas Tournament champions, or Sun Leviathan.
Personally, I hope that I do not see like a Nunu mid or like a Nunu support or something just absolutely just janky like that.
Honestly, but I think it's entertaining when that happens.
It is entertaining. I will give you that. But that's a very smart Lulu ban coming out here because that really kind of enables Zeri in a lot of these matchups. So I think that's really good heads up ban by Divine Guardian.
Just a side note, Nautilus does have a pretty nasty shield as well that Zeri can steal, although it's going to be on himself. So perhaps it'll prevent some of the poke while he's engaging.
So right now, it looks like they're just going to be getting out some of these artillery mages here for the mid lane again. I think Victor is going to be the next ban coming out, if I had to guess. Yep.
Wave clear is very important in a lot of these matchups, especially when you're trying to get an early game sort of tempo. They're able to just clear waves. You can't get the power plates. You can't get some of that early gold that you're trying to get, and then it's harder to get kills because you're playing at your tower. You can't dive level 1.
I think from Divine Guardian, Malphite Orianna would be an interesting combo to be seen here. But that is going to be, that'd be interesting.
I would assume we're going to be seeing Mid-Varus on NATO this game. A very potent pick. We'll have to see if NATO's is just as good as the other teams. It does a lot of damage. Yeah, cooler. Thank you.
Okay, so I think this is, if I had to guess, this is going to be Irelia mid.
Yep.
Lilia top.
Yep.
Nunu in the jungle. Zeri ADC, obviously. But then, okay, this is a Nunu support. All right. This is good. It ain't easy being cheesy, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I think we're going to be seeing hella roams coming out of this Nunu and Willem.
Yeah, a lot of roams can be coming. This does mean that Soraka and Lulu ban, in hindsight, weren't as good as they needed unless they were planning to do it and they're just doing a rotation for a Nunu support. We'll have to see this plays. Seeing an Olaf pick here is going to be particularly interesting. Darius versus Olaf, both very angry boys running at you with axes, will be very exciting to see. And is, of course, going to be ignoring all of the CC that Lilia and Nunu are going to be providing for Sun Leviathan.
Right. looking at these comps, who do you think has the edge for the late game? I think these are both not your typical comps that you'd really look at, and they have some weird variances here.
I think the late game is going to go to Divine Guardian again. Like, Viego's resets are so punishing to the enemy team. Ezreal scales pretty hard, harder than Zeri and Varus. We saw what Varus does last time, Varus mid. Now, Olaf, of course, is going to be falling off, but, you know, so is Nunu's support. You're going to kind of need some of that AP damage, or if you're trying to tank, you're not going to have quite the stats either way that you want.
So right now, Divine Guardian, it seems that they lack AP. So are they going to be kind of pigeonholed into having Varus build AP?
Oh, Varus is absolutely building AP this game.
Okay.
Mid Varus pretty much always ends up doing that, to my knowledge.
Okay. Or it could have Ezreal AP. No,
all right, this isn't like season 6 when you had AP as real jungle.
Oh, I was not playing around then. That's back when it was the darker. I played Dota days. But now we're here. We've seen the light and we're playing League. But I'm glad I didn't get to see AP Ezreal jungle. That sounds fairly disgusting, honestly.
It was quite disgusting because all of your abilities scaled more with AP, and you had an AP jungle item. If you remember, I think you were playing then when you had like the AP like little chainsaws, the red, blue, or green.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it was a little bit before that, I believe, is when that was going on, and they were like overtuned to all heck. It was one of the classic season changes for the jungle.
I might have seen like a Night Blue 3 video. That was like first when I saw anything about League, for like him and Tobias Fate. But now going to be looking at this top lane matchup. Olaf and Darius, these two absolute just monsters duking it out here. Who do you give the edge to here?
My guess is Darius would end up winning. We saw, not just from just a champion perspective, but from a player perspective as well, TV Echo wasn't able to execute some of those macro or micro plays quite as well as a Melkor V. So, and with Darius just having the kit that he does, I would give an edge to them. Maybe things will change at the first item, but early on, it's certainly going to be going over to Melkor V's Darius.
I think that mid lane is also going to be favored for Tuller here, because Tuller on Irelia is going to be able to just dash around, and Varus has no lockdown at all
until 6.
I obviously until 6. So like until that time, he has to play it very smart and very safe. And probably the best thing you can do is pray when she dives in on you, and you have to throw that puddle onto yourself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that slow is just gonna not really get a lot of effect here.
The advantage of a marksman is you're able to execute that range, and although it really is melee, all of those dashes that you're able to get really kind of makes you a pseudo ranged champion, because you're able to dash and get a couple autos and dash out, or all in, depending on how that goes. And it can be very difficult as Varus to land your Qs when you have a dancing Irelia with all of that fancy footwork going on.
So, out of these two junglers here, who do you think will have just kind of the earlier impact in the game? Do you think Viego or Lilia here?
You know, I'm not sure who's going to have a little bit better of a wave clear. I think Lilia might have the slightly better wave clear. Viego has some nice setups, though, in the bot lane, so he might be able to cheese out an early gank with a kill there. Nunu and Zeri are kind of squishy, and Ezreal can kind of pop targets, especially if they go with a PTA rune set.
So, this bot lane matchup, I think this is just the goofiest one out of the whole bunch here. It's Zeri and Nunu versus Nautilus Ezreal. Do you think that Nunu and Zeri have a snowball's chance in hell here?
I see what you did there.
For the pun.
I see what you did there. It's not ARAM, but it still works. Zeri is not particularly strong right now. But whenever I hear people be like, yeah, Zeri isn't that strong, you go up against it, and it's stronger than you think. Ezra's going to be able to space out and kind of deal with Zeri as well, so they're going to be having a harder time getting on. Although, of course, Nunu's going to be able to stop a lot of Nautilus's stuff And Nautilus is going to be able to stop Nunu stuff just with a hook or an auto. The snowball is going to be walking away, and Ezreal can get out just fine. But Nautilus is going to have a harder time getting on with the snowball happening. The snowball is happening as well, and Zeri does have a dash on top of that.
All those things considered, for Nunu, what keystone do you take here? Like, I feel like you have a myriad of options here.
You could go Glacial for more of an all-in movement speed to help Zeri just kind of go in and land a lot of those Qs. But with how Ezreal plays, a Guardian might be the way to go. The other route is you go Phase Rush and you do a lot of roaming potential. I could see either of those three happening.
All right. I think Phase Rush is gonna, for me personally, I'm kind of rooting for, just because then we'll see more of these realms come on out. Because Nunu and Willem, if you can really just get that head and get it rolling, haha, it is absolutely miserable, especially for this immobile Varus mid lane.
That is true. That is certainly true. If Irelia starts pushing, it's going to be harder for Nunu to go it. But don't forget, supports can roam top lane, or they can just walk around with their supports, really turning these fights. My guess is it's going to be a 1v1 island to bot lane.
If it does come down to the 1v1 island, does Zeri have more of a chance than against the longer range Israel?
I don't think it changes all that much. They're both able to kind of clear things out and stay fairly safe. Zeri W's got decent range and decent damage. And with the E, both of them can kind of get out of danger's way. She's just going to have a little bit less damage and a little less poke. So Ezra's going to have a little bit more shove, but it's going to be wanting to play a little bit more safe into that comp as well.
All right. And with that, we are going to be getting right into it, ladies and gentlemen. And so this will be game 2 of the 3 block.
Game 2.
All right, who wins on skins here? Who wins on skins? This is important.
This is very important. Oh, man, a lot of these are really good. Really good, for sure.
I think I had to give it that, maybe to Sun Leviathan there. I think they had more of the...
I mean, I really liked a lot of their skins too, but I really like Divine Guardians as well. So I got to root for our home team here. Hopefully they're able to get a nice clean reverse 2-0 here.
All right. That's going to be double smite onto the Nunu. Oh, we might be seeing some Tiltarella shenanigans where they give some absolute hell, but now they're going to be, it looks like it's going to be a fight here. Good awareness on the side of them. Yeah, they're just going to be getting the word on down.
Excellently played by Divine Guardian. Them not getting anything there is very important. Nautilus not able to hook through this thick of a wall. You heard me right. He can hook through a wall, technically speaking, if they're right up against it, and it's a thin wall.
Because like right now, you obviously have some of these matchups where, you have some of those moments where you have a thin wall, and then the damage lolly pops over it. But right now, NATO trying to go for an early E poke. Was going to be paying for that with half of his life right there. So definitely not a worthwhile trade to stop that back.
Yeah, with the minion wave coming up here, he's already going to be chunked out. Nice and primed for Irelia, who of course is going Corrupting Pot, giving them a little bit more damage. NATO might be getting first blooded here and dying, even with the range advantage.
The one boon he has going for him is that Hail of Blades might be able to help save him, but that's going to be a instant 4-stack onto Tuller, and that's going to be Ignite coming on down from him, and that's going to be a sub 2-minute kill onto NATO there.
Yeah, no level 2 spike needed at all. Speaking of
level 2,
grab
onto Zeri, and Beast getting down real low there. Beast being able to get away underneath the tower, but that's going to be a 5-stack out of the top lane, and Echo is going to be feeling the bleed from here.
Yeah, Darius certainly hurts. Ooh.
So right now,
doing the work against NATO.
Right now, Spies is just going through and just stealing the entire bot side jungle and of Gray here. This is just absolutely brutal for him. This really just messes up your entire sequencing.
Yeah, I was expecting a lot of roams out of Spias, but not in this regard. A whole different type of cheese, creating a very weird jungle scenario for it. Gray's going to be falling behind here. He's going to be able to maybe sit at Krugs and hover Echo in case something happens top lane with Malcolm V going in. But Nado's going to get caught out here again. Might not die because we do not have Ignite on Sun Tuller, but it's very dangerous for him to walk up here.
Gonna be dashing over the wall, but right now you have Todd, you have Spies here. Yeah, Macro, I think, is going to be trying to go for a bait there. Tuller has the Q minion right next to Nado. He's got to watch out here, otherwise he's going to be going right there. Speak of the devil, that flash coming in, that's going to be a kill onto him. Hits trying to get out what they can with their life, but is going to be going down. Macro Beast getting that pickup onto Hits. And this is already in a dire situation. This is a 2,000 gold deficit at 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's a lot. We don't even have 1,000 gold on Nado yet, and we're already hitting nearly the 2K benchmark on Sun Todd, or getting an excellent crash for the reset. We'll have to see what they end up buying, being their refill is out. That's going to be an early Borg potentially here with the items that they're building, and the control word is going to enable them to continue to play aggressive. We're not seeing a whole lot of wards out of Divine Guardian, so we're not able to keep track of Nunu and Toadstep here. So they're able to freely invade, which is going to make things very difficult for CC Gray, sitting at 16 CS to Toadstep's 32, already doubling the enemy jungler with this weird tech we're seeing out of Sun Leviathan.
So, and if anyone's ever watched like Tiltarella's channel, they play like a lot of these different cheese picks for like jungle wise. So they just make the enemy jungler's life a living nightmare. Unable to just take any of the farm. They usually play Scion and just eat all of that farm. But right now, Nado's going to be dove again by Sun Tuller, or at least getting him down to half with the W proc here. So Tuller is absolutely just making his life a living nightmare, but now Echo's going to be dove here, and there's 3 top, and he's going to be going down to this. I don't see a world in which he gets on out, but Malkar is going to be picking up that kill. It's going to be coming in on the mid lane. Tuller is then going to be dashing around to really get on out of here.
Yeah, these roams are exactly what I was expecting out of Great playstyle they're up against. Missing that hook.
That's
Tuller's
good.
going to be hitting.
That's going to be a good stun by Gray to stop that snowball, but Gray is going to be getting under half here, and this is just none of these ganks, none of these roams are really panning out in the ways that they really want to here.
Yeah, if they were able to execute this sooner and stop some of these early kills and Nado did not get caught out, this would be a very different game. If both sides are not getting this, the side of Divine Guardian gets a significant edge, being they actually have a support with a support item where they're able to get a lot more warding and this big vision up. But even with Spies not having any sort of trinket as support, already has a vision lead on Greatest Hits.
I'm going to say this. I 100% have always hated funnel strat. And right now, this feels like a funnel strat. But just like an augmented version of it. Like with, was it Spies running around with Toadstep and just kind of leashing everything he does?
A lot of hovering here. It's really annoying to deal with. And if you're not used to it, it's going to be very difficult to play with. If you ever encounter this, if you see one of them, you know where the other one is, and that side instantly becomes the weak side, and whatever the other side is becomes the strong side. So here's the weak side. You're not going to be winning this 2v2. You're going to get caught out and die.
Gray's going to be unable to get the stun, but right now Toad's going to get very low here. That's going to be a pickup onto Fangs here. You're going to be grabbing the soul here, but are they able to find anything further onto Spies? But right now, Nado getting engaged on, he's going to be missing that R. And that's going to just be an easy pickup for Tuller here. But now Macro Beast trying to get away from some of this damage coming through. Will Hits be able to get... He's going to be tanking a lot of this, but Macro is just going to be able to run away from this. He's going to be able to get that pickup. Gray is getting low here. Is Fangs going to be able to get this damage? No, he will not. Macro is being what he is, his name, a Macro Beast.
Yeah, and they're going to be getting this wave in here for another good macro execution. Ezreal is going to be down a lot of gold. And Gray could be going down here if he does not play his cards right.
Oh, yep. That card was not played right. Macro Beast is going to be getting that kill, but Gray will get the return kill onto Spies. But right now, Spies is not very valuable, and that's going to be a big wave missing.
Yeah, Fangs
So-
has been playing this fairly well. Has a good vision score and has been playing reasonably safe as Ezreal, but unfortunately, not being in the lead in this lane is going to be a bit of an issue. Zeri went call here, so was a little bit weaker.
So right now, we're getting the Ragnarok coming out of Echo. Is he going to be able to get this kill onto Melkor? He's going to be missing the axes there, and that's going to be a Noxian Guillotine. The burn and the Ignite will really get there. There's going to be a flash in from Echo, but Melkor is going to be getting that kill. But then Tueler's just going to be taking NATO to absolutely church on that one into the mid lane. At this point, this is a 5.5k gold lead at 8.5 minutes. This is just absolutely brutal for their team. But that's going to be an attempt to grab onto Toadstool. But right now he's already down to half. It looks like Gray will be unable to get any further damage off on the pair there.
Yeah, this is kind of similar to the esports tournament, the slam down from Style Esports we were seeing from, I believe, Surge, where they were able to end the game in 18 minutes with a 16k gold lead.
Yeah, Cat Surge versus Crimson Orange.
Yeah,
oh
versus
my
Crimson
gosh.
Orange. I'm getting a lot of that vibe here, although with a very different style and comp. When you're able to execute this pressure like this, it makes it very difficult. There's even with this wave, NATO can be caught out
NATO
here.
being engaged on. He's getting the flash wave, so good on him to get away from that. But now, it's just gonna be very, very difficult to continue playing in this lane.
I feel obliged to note that we did not see a Boric out of Irelia. We're seeing a Nashor's Tooth.
Ooh.
A very spicy game. Indeed.
I feel like there's so much disrespect going into this game right now. Just not letting the jungler play the game really. Olaf now not really being able to have any amount of fun, getting triple roamed on multiple times. You now have a Nashor's coming out of Irelia. There's going to be a flash R into NATO. NATO's going to then be picked up by Tueler again. Spy's just cramming that snowball down his throat. But that's going to be flashing from hits. This is going to be trying to grab macro. Gray's unable to get the cease, unable to get the stun. Are they going to be able to get the damage? That's going to be a possible pickup. It's going to be a shutdown for Gray, but macro is going to then be trading a kill onto Gray's hits. But right now, and Echo is going to be then dying to the Noxian Guillotine, being cut down. Wow.
Yeah, Fangs out, eating into a snowball, resulting in his own death. It happens sometimes. Unable to get unable to get the kill there. There's a lot of disconnect we're seeing in Divine Guardian here. After Greatest Hits was doing that follow-up, Fangzao was already eat out, in fact, and decided not to commit to that play, kind of making that play last longer.
So right now, game one, we saw the mid tower go down at 10:38, and now we're at 10:40, and the mid lane tower is almost down again. So this is definitely looking to be a bit of a mismatch here in the mid lane so far.
Yeah, for sure. Mid lane is struggling a little bit more here, and we're seeing not one, but 3 Dark Seals on Sun Leviathan. Certainly no respect here, especially with the last chapter. Irelia.
He stopped the wall ride out of Macro Beast. That was a great grab by hits there, but that's going to be a double knockup from Spies onto Fangs and hits there. But now this is just going to be a cold snap. That cold snap is just going to make that absolutely brutal for them. But Toadstep's going to be getting the kill there. But that's going to be Ghost out from Echo on the top side. But now Macro Beast by himself, get the flash coming out from Gray. Is Gray going to be able to finish this kill off? He is going to get the pickup. But now you have the snowball coming in from him. He's going to be dashing over the fat wall there. Good awareness by Gray there, recognizing the pickup from Zeri. Now Toadstep's kind of looking to maybe get some damage here, but now Tueler's going to be diving this as well. Is not looking good for Gray. Going to be stunned here under the tower, and Tueler's going to be at most, kind of 3/4 health here.
Yeah, mid tower is fallen, and it looks like we're getting a lot of the plates on Sun Leviathan as well. NATO's getting caught out, getting hit by a snowball, getting chomped as well, getting slammed again. We're almost having a fully stacked Dark Seal on Toadstep and on Spias.
Oh, that's going to be a pickup for Fangs there, getting a 1,000 gold shutdown, but then Spy's going to be going down as well. So Fangs getting a double kill and some of these important shutdowns. But
More
I think an important thing to
importantly,
note.
more
Sorry, you go.
more importantly, the deaths here are going to be resetting the Dark Seals, losing half of it. Of course, Toadstep still has 10 out of 10, which is going to really hurt, especially if it gets into a Magi's. That extra movement speed on Toadstep is going to be devastating to see.
So right now, to note in the mid lane, Tuller almost has 10 CS a minute, has 2 full completed items, has 7 kills. This is just brutal.
Yeah, I did not notice that for sure. There's a lot going on. There is a total of 3 plates left for Divine Guardian with 1 minute left to boot. We'll have to see if Sun Leviathan ends up pressuring it again. Perhaps they'll be using this Rift Scuttler to get the last 2 top lane for an extra good chunk of cash to extend this gold lead. Already at 10,000 at 13 minutes.
How do you come back from this? I'm asking for the kids at home, I guess. But right now, Ragnarok able to get away. They're able to get some of the damage off onto Melkar. Melkar getting low. Echo's able to get the 800 gold shutdown onto the Darius. It's well played by them there.
So, as Divine Guardian, what you do is you hit the /alt command and type caster diff, and that's all you need to do.
Yes, that's definitely on us. But right now, that's going to be a triple drowsy proc onto Toadstep there. He's going to be getting in some of this damage. That's going to be a triple pickup for the Psy for them right now. Are they able to find Gray under that tower? It looks like they will not. But now Fangs is going to be trying to come up from the bottom side, but you have the Rift Herald being dropped in the top lane.
Yeah, no plates are going to be coming out of this, but Irelia's already got the bot tower, and this tower is going to be following as well. We'll have to see if they end up getting a second crash. Maybe Fangs will be able to poke it out, but he's at a 2-level deficit versus his laning opponent.
Ooh.
Gray trying to do a 3v1 here.
Is able to get the pickup, gets the shutdown, gets some of that damage out, but is then going to be going down here. Fangs unable to get that pickup on and get a kill on that pickup. Is Fangs and Macro Beast going to be able to duke it out here right now?
Ooh, that's
he has got the proc on it, but that's going to be a ghost coming out from Macro Beast. Macro Beast is just going to be able to outrun this most likely. Oh, wow, that's going to be another pickup for Fangs. He's just getting these shutdowns left, right, and center. That's going to be hits grabbing Tuller mid lane, but honestly, I don't know if you really want to go in on that. Tuller hurts. Melkor going to be shoving in this top lane. He's going to be getting a 5-stack here shortly onto Echo. Watch on out,
in the
Echo.
middle.
Uh-oh, okay, yeah, he's going to be getting on out of there, but now you got hits trying to rotate in from the side to see if they can get a possible grab onto Melkor. Melkor is kind of knowing something's fishy coming up here, but now we have the second dragon of the game being possibly is coming up here in about 14 seconds. So
yeah, you know, they were able to recognize that Divine Guardian was being a little bit of a saucy baka, backing off. So they're going to be going in, trying to secure the second dragon. The extra resistances are going to be very important. You know,
okay,
the match as a Toadstep, you know, Sorin sitting at 10 with that death, still going to be going. TV Echo dying to the guillotine again. There will be no kings unless Malkar is sitting on that throne as the ruler.
Just Melkor just being able to just cut him down. But right now we're sitting at over 2 kills per minute this game, so this has just definitely been a very high action packed one. But right now it looks like Toadstep and Gray are going to be going at it yet again here in the jungle, but he doesn't have spies to hold his hand this time, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, the call is finally being finished by Macro Beast. Just now, 16 minutes into the game. A little bit slow for the first one, but 8 kills is more than enough to pick that up. We're going to be seeing Greatest here potentially getting picked out, trying to hook out. And, ooh, just barely dying to Sun Tuller there.
Right now, Gray getting the flash in, trying to get the kill onto Spies. He's getting low. He is able to get the pickup. He's then going to be able to get the reset. But right now, Macro Beast is going to be able to get away from him. Will he be getting? He has to R out. Toadstep is going to be going back in on Toadstep. He's going to be getting the pickup. He's going to be going down to Tuller there. Right now, Echo going to be trying to go in on Macro Beast. Is he going to be able to pick up the damage? He's going to be going down to Tuller. Tuller's then going to be going in onto Fangs. Oh, but Fangs is going to get the Eon out. And they're unable to really continue this play any further.
Yeah, for sure. It's really hard to gauge the threat of this team. It's not very often you get to see a AP Irelia in this game, and with a jungle support. Words I did not expect to be seeing.
NATO, you can't stand that far up, buddy. You are too far down to be standing there. You don't have enough health there. Oh, now Malcor is just gonna be vicious to hits here. Gonna be knocking him up, but a good awareness on hits there to be able to trade back some of this damage. But now Tuler's gonna be going in onto hits, trying to get some of this damage off. Gonna be getting the pickup now. Gonna be diving onto Fangs. That's the Noxian Guillotine cutting him down. That's gonna be also the bleed damage, getting rid of the Viego there. That's gonna be a triple for Malcor here. He's gonna be dying in response for that, but that's 4 people down, and that's gonna be whatever they want to shove that in for objective wise. Oh, just this is as a spectator, this is amazing to watch. Just a lot of these just combos really coming together for the side of Sun Leviathan.
Yeah, Exodia is formed. A lot of this damage just coming up. You know, they might be playing League of Legends and Divine Guardian, but certainly Sun Leviathan is playing some other game. It's a quite interesting game to watch. It's not every day you get to see something like this. I am surprised we are just going for jungle camp rather than securing the game at this point.
Right now, Hits was trying to go run for some grabs there, but Hits going to be going down. Echo is then going to be drowsy here. He has to flash away. He gets the Ragnarok getting off, but right now he's going to be eating that snowball from Spy. Spy's going to be going down, unable to get the pickup onto Echo there. Now Tuler is going to be caught out by Gray here. He's going to be getting kind of low, but he's going to be trading back the R. Are they going to be able to get the pickup? That's going to be a shutdown for NATO. And that's going to be 900 gold for him. So that might be giving the kind of revivifying kind of this dead nature for NATO.
Yeah, it's not even 1,000 gold. I'm actually surprised. Macro Beast just ghosting in, trying to get NATO here and securing the kill. The only other counterplay we could be seeing from Sun Leviathan is to sell their item, so if Viego does kill you, he doesn't get anything out of it.
So right now she's going to be going over to the fat wall. Hits is going to be seeing if they can kind of chase after him. That's going to be a grab onto that wall, but that's going to be a stun from Gray coming in from downtown. Is this going to be a pickup? Oh, he misses. He canceled the auto attack. He canceled it. He was unable to find that. Oh, and they're going to be also losing the top side tower. I believe, I can't see right now. This is just a wild game. I know I've said that many times, but this is a Flame Horizon in the top lane.
Not in the jungle, surprising. Even with, you know, 2 junglers here stealing from Gray's farm. You know, he wasn't able to get
NATO's going to be grabbed by the Malcor here, but CC is going to be collapsing onto him. Gray's going to be then picking up that shutdown onto the Darius. Good awareness on Gray to know that his teammate was about to get caught out, but now Tuler's then going to be returning all that damage on to him, and that's going to be an easy kill for Toadstool.
Yeah, a kill for a kill, an eye for an eye. One person going down, another person coming out. Some of these power spikes are coming alive. We're seeing Undying Guardians, so they're going to be a lot stronger.
Ooh, they're all tooled, and they all came together, but Tuler going to just be getting these kills. Yeah. But they're going to be returning the kill onto Tuler, but that's a 3-for-1 there.
Yeah, not quite strong enough. It's not what you want to see. We only have NATO trying to defend against Macro Beast, who already has the Ruinons. Going for the 3rd dragon here. Support trying to solo the dragon. It's not a sentence you get to say every day as a caster, let alone as a teammate.
So right now, I think we're getting closer and closer to this end game here. I think you can kind of just go for this dragon. You can force a big old team fight. You're sitting here at a damn near 17k gold lead. It's kind of game, but Macro Beast going a 1v3 here, getting kind of close, but NATO's going to be getting the pickup onto him.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the game has been able to sit this long. Divine Guardian's been able to hold out just a little bit longer than I think I was expecting. Usually when you have over a 10,000 gold lead, you can force any fight you want and just get some of these towers as well. Perhaps we're seeing, you know, some more BM from Sun Leviathan trying to patch their stats.
So, okay, last game we saw it end at 2038 with a less of a gold bleed. So I think very much your statement might ring true here. But now Melkar just going to be going in on Fangs, showing him absolutely no respect, eating this tower damage. Noxian Guillotine coming on down. Cutting him down. That's going to be a flash in from CC Gray. He's going to be then getting the healing. The Guillotine going to be taking him down. He has the 5-stack. He's going to be taken down 2, then going to be falling to NATO. But now that's Baron for the side of, and for the side of them there.
Yeah, Sun Leviathan, with that, it's kind of difficult for them to deal with. Divine Guardian ending up getting the Darius there is good because it's harder for them to do a split push. They'll have to commit to this mid-fight. A beautiful ultimate by NATO. Not able to quite kill, being he doesn't have his second item yet. 23 minutes into the game. We'll have to see if they're able to hold out this inhib or if they'll be fighting for their Nexus turrets in just a moment.
Ooh, right now, Tua is just going to be flashing and using the R. He's going to then, yeah, he's going to be getting the double pickup here. Now, it's going to be a 3v3 here in the mid lane. But right now, this is kind of looking quite dire for them.
Yeah. Ooh, missing the
Ooh,
ultimate
Spies is going to be coming in with this snowball. Are they going to be able to get a pickup? Right now, Hits is in a bad spot here. Toad's going to be getting in some of this damage, but then the Cold Snap going to be coming in. Gray's going to be able to pick up this the soul here, but Toad Step and Macro Beast just laying in this damage here. And Macro Beast going to be able to get the triple kill, and that looks like that is going to be the towers.
That certainly is towers. Nexus is terrain. A little bit of BM.
I swear y'all get no kudos. Well, you know what? That's going to be the name of the game on that one. All right. That one was a little bit disrespectful. Actually, not a little bit. I think it was a lot of bit disrespectful. But now we're going to be getting into game 2. How do you come back from that?
You beat them at their own game, you know. You just open up and you pick 5 smites and you pick 5 cleanses and you just send it.
Would that even save you in that sense from just
it's not about winning, it's about sending a message.
All right. I think that was the Joker quote. I think that was close there. All right. So in the meantime, we're just going to be getting all the players ready and set. So we're going to be just going to break here shortly.
That sounds good. There we
All
go.
right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to be getting back into the draft for the game 3 of the block of 3. And this is how does Divine Guardian come back from that big old shutdown from last game?
Well, the beautiful thing about this game is it's reset. There's no extra weight in this game by winning the first two. On the side of Sun Leviathan, so they just got to play to their strong sides, understand where they've been winning, understand where they've been losing, and really adjust to those losses and victories.
I think you really have to definitely set up this early on vision to kind of mitigate some of these to mitigate some of this cheese coming out from the game. But right now, okay, we're seeing some lane changes yet again. Okay, so it's going to be Toadstep continuing to be in the jungle. But now we're going to be
So Toadstep is ADC.
No. Spies is now ADC, and Macro Beast is going to be support. Good golly, this is definitely a bit of a clown fiesta. But who do you really ban here this game? How do you even just build your draft here?
Well, let's think about it this way. Where has Divine Guardian been winning their laning phase? Which lane has been consistently staying even or getting a little bit of a lead?
ADC actually support jungle ADC has been usually around middle.
So I would pick jungle plus probably AD carry. Fangs has been able to do some stuff with his lead and try and play towards that. Concede min lane for sure. Nato has not been on his A game. And even though you're having some subs with the top lane and jungle for this block of 3, just understand, hey, we're not going to be winning the top lane. We're having a sub today. We'll just try not to bleed out and give them too much of a lead on a juggernaut like Darius.
Absolutely. I think him just being able to just cut them down was quite brutal for them. But now we're just going to be seeing the Karma ban coming out again. They really aren't wanting to have let hits have a lot of fun this game. Yeah, it seems that this is going to be the same 3 from Leviathan. Absolutely rude. At this point, who do you want to see out of these matchups here to just make this just add some extra little pizzazz? We've gotten our laugh. We had the kind of first game was quite serious, but then second game was kind of a joke. But now, who do you want to see just to see some flashy plays?
Well, whenever I see something, I kind of like some of these, maybe these montage plays where we see like a Yasuo, Diana, or hold on. Oh my gosh, getting a little tickle in my nose there. Sorry if that bled through in the mic. Caitlyn is always fun to see. I may or may not have a couple mastery points on her. Hopefully we get to see some excellent combos. We might see the Saber build where you go Exodia with Eclipse as your first item into Infinity Edge. We're going to be seeing another Varus, which is also going to be kind of fun to watch if they end up going the burst route again.
Do you think that Sun Leviathan from Plat Worlds is up for an Exodia FSN Saber build?
Who isn't? Saber, if anything, makes content. Like, some of it's like educational, good, you learn your fundamentals, but sometimes it's just like, man, this man's throwing in Grandmaster, but it's fun to watch. And he'll win, most of them.
Definitely come back on that. I mean, you watch it. You watch some of that stuff. He is just clean with it. But we're going to be seeing the Braum pick up again. I'm excited to see hits back onto Braum. He really kind of mitigated like a lot of damage for that bot lane and really just helped secure Fangs Fangs an advantage in that game 1.
Yeah, greatest hits is a great pickup for Divine Guardian as a player. Able to really be an anchor for the bot lane and help secure it, getting a decent lead, and just really holding the bot lane together to try and get some of that winning victory in that lane. Though any pressure coming out of bot lane is certainly a threat for whoever is facing it.
So right now we're going to be getting a Silas pickup. Silas can be flexed for either mid, top, and jungle. Obviously, top side not so much, but Silas is a fairly decent jungler at the moment. But this is a Caitlyn Jinx. Okay, that's going to be Caitlyn support, Jinx ADC, I'm fairly certain.
There is a potential for Jinx mid, and you go lethality and max your W as well.
Okay, that sounds grimy as hell. I hope they don't do this. This is just I don't even know how to make I have predictions on this. How do you even look at this and know this is just...
It's certainly looking like a for fun flex draft or solo duo game where you're like, I really don't want to be putting my LP on the line. It'll be another game to watch. Very exciting for all of our viewers that are watching.
Oh. All right. At this point, let's make a prediction. Who gets first blood here? We don't even see all the champions, but what team do you think is going to get it?
Well, Divine Guardian's got a lot of CCs, so maybe they'll go for an invade and try and secure some sort of a play. Right now, that's going to be my guess. Jinx and Caitlyn are fairly immobile and kind of need their items to do a lot of damage.
Okay. I could definitely see that. Do you think that Braum will get poked into oblivion in the bot lane? Or do you think that the Ice Shield is going to really help him just stop a lot of this damage coming in?
Way more than you think. Although, if it's a double trap, that shield is not going to be helping you as much as you would like.
All right, there's going to be Lux. So that's going to be Lux mid lane, Varus ADC, Braum support. But now we're going to be having J4 coming out of the jungle. So that's going to be a guaranteed Silas mid. And we now have a Singed in the top lane. I have not seen Singed in a hot minute. But I think Divine Guardian is really going to have to be on the edge of their seat to make sure that they're going to be stopping some of that proxy coming out.
This could be J4 support. I've seen it. The extra attack speed is kind of nice on Jinx or Caitlyn.
So, top lane. Who do you think has the advantage here? Do you think it's going to be the Lilia or Singed?
Honestly, I don't know who's going where. There's no guarantee. We saw some pretty memey stuff last time. Who knows? It could be a 5 comp top.
Okay. I know that I think I could maybe guarantee that's going to be a Lilia top. But that could be like a Singed somewhere else. Oh, this
Singed can be support. Jarvan can be support.
Yeah.
There's a Grandmaster Silas support as well. Obviously not in this game, but we don't know what they're going to be playing.
All right, well, these teammates, this team figures out how to really press the start button. I think we're going to probably just take this one to commercial.
Yeah, certainly a nice time for a commercial break. We'll see you in a little bit.
We must all
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Our bladders have been emptied, and we are now ready to watch this third game. So, we obviously we didn't get to talk a lot about this leading into it, but this is going to be Sylas jungle and J4 in the mid lane. I hope to God I do not see this Braum in the mid lane as it's lined up here on the screen for us, looking at the spectator delay client.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way I think it has to be with how the rules are written for Style Esports, which is what this two teams are playing under, to my understanding. So we'll be seeing a Braum mid. It's Divine Guardians can be doing a little more memeing of their own. We got to see it on the other side with Sun Leviathan, so we'll have to see how this ends up playing out.
Right, so this is...
I am guessing
they're gonna be swapping. They're gonna be swapping it around. This was a mistake by them, but this definitely messes up with our casting. So, no thanks to you, fine gentlemen. But this is gonna be NATO back again in the mid lane with Lux, and this is gonna be Braum support, and this is gonna be Fang's ADC.
Electrocute on Suntour, probably just going to be going for some AP burst. Would you be able to remind our viewers which part of Jarvan's kit scales with AP?
Oh, okay. I know the Demacian standard scales with AP. I believe the W also scales with AP. I don't believe the Q does. And then the R, I think the R has a very mild ratio. Here, I can look that up here on the side.
Yeah, that makes it pretty interesting. Ooh, Macrobeast flashing on Fangs already. A very memey thing to do. His Halo Blades is going to be down. We're going with an aggressive Jinx here with a longsword into triple pot. I know TV Echo has a pretty decent Lilia top, so it should be kind of a boring burn them out lane. They're both going to be going for movement speed builds and doing the damage over time, that dot damage. We'll have to see how this ends up playing out. Getting some decent chucks here on Melker V.
So I had misspoke earlier. It's only on the Demacian standard. It is not on the other ability. But right now, Malakar is just going to be running him down. Is going to be trading Ghost for Flash here. And Echo, I think, on the losing end of that stick there.
Yeah, certainly getting very low. If he approaches too close, especially with level 2, that might be a flip ignite into death. Or right here, potentially not hitting level 2. Macro
right
Beef
now,
getting autoed.
That's going to be flash in from Gray, unable to get any further pickup. And that's going to be Toad Step getting double kills here. And now this is just going to be Fangs out just dying for the kill on the surprise. This is
a support, a team for a support. Of course, Kratos has been playing this just fine on their own, but having to quote a little bit of Shakespeare, I should say, paraphrasing in this scenario, trying to just dump the damage into Macro Beast, who's been the AD carry up until this point, going over to support, going with an interesting Caitlyn style.
All right now NATO going to be trading in some of this damage. Right now, Tuller getting pretty low here. But does not have a Ignite here, so this is going to be hard pickup for NATO. I am tearing up right now. Oh my gosh.
It's already 4-1, sitting at 3 minutes.
Oh, Malkar going to get the flip. This is Ignite onto the Lilia. Lilia is going to be getting low here, but the minion damage is going to be able to get this pickup. That's going to be a Triumph proc for Malkar, and Malkar is going to be able to survive that damage.
More importantly, that's 2 stacks on your Dark Seal. We saw what that did last game. That's going to only be extending. We're already seeing over a 2k gold lead at 3 minutes. This is looking to be just like the last 2 games. It looks like Divine Guardian has not been able to pick up the tempo that Sun Leviathan has been, but thankfully for Divine Guardian, we're not quite into the matches yet. This is just getting ready for the season, so hopefully they can get all these L's out and get some nice W's in the season if we cast them in the future.
Oh, I'm trying not to laugh right now. Okay. Whew. Bring it together. Bring it together. We're all good. We're all good now. All right. So right now, what objectives do you focus for here at this point? Because it seems like Gray is going to be now permanently invaded by Tuller here. Tuller is just going to be giving him hell, and he's level 2. He's able to get the smite off onto that, but Tuller is just going to be giving him hell. Will he be able to get on out? He gets the blast cone there. That's going to be a flash for Tuller. That's going to be a double missed skill shots from NATO. And Tuller's just going to be going in, getting this damage off. And he now has the slows with the red buff. So that's going to be a collapse on, with Echo, but Toadstep is here to help and augment this further. That's going to be a pickup on Echo, going to be getting the shutdown on to Tuller, and onto Toadstep here. And now Tuller's going to be trying to go for a possible 1v2. Okay, he's going to be going over the wall.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting a bit of a BM here. Macro Beast saying, if I only had Flash when they had flashed so much earlier into the game, getting the single auto on Fangs out. A lot of BM here, very unsportsmanlike by Sun Leviathan. Yeah, I guess if you win in League, Riot doesn't care as much, unfortunately. A little bit of a pinch here by Mauer. Let's see if a kill gets executed from this. Able to steal some of those Krugs.
They're able to going down. Trying to get these autos off onto him, but right now they're going to be trying to get the stun onto Toadstep. Tuller's going to be diving in, probably getting the kill. Oh, Toadstep's going to be picking up the kill on a NATO, but then that's going to be a double for Toadstep here, picking up Greatest. So this is looking yet again quite dire. There's almost a 4K gold lead at the 5.5 minute mark.
Yeah, a great roam by Greatest Hits. Unfortunately, the damage has already been done. And mid lane, like I said, was already a losing lane. So trying to put your cash in there probably is not going to pay its dividends. It's going to be go to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect 300 gold from your kill. It's going to be going home into the fountain.
I see what you did there, but now that's going to be Ghost and Ultimate used by the Singed here, trying to get this extra damage off, getting the Ignite proc off, the Poison be able to get there, and that last tick is going to be killing Echo, burning alive to this Ignite.
Yeah, Bambi is down, gonna meet her mother down in the fountain again, shortly gonna be coming back to say goodbye and say hello to this Singed that Malcor has been playing, winning the top lane again.
Oh, this is going to be a dive underneath the tower. Toadstep going to be going in, going to get the damage, get the kill on that. Toadstep is going to be going down. Ray is going to be just going down as well.
You know, I really liked that hover that CC Gray was able to do there, but with the gold deficit at its current standpoint, it's really hard to do that. You kind of want to play for yourself, but you also kind of want to play for your team, because if they fall too far behind, it is so hard to get all of this to pay off.
This is a little bit greedy from Fangs here, but is he going to be able to get the pickup kill onto Macro Beast from downtown on that Q, and he's going to be walking on out of there. Right now, NATO's kind of running down this river, seeing if they can get a possible kill here. He's not seen on vision, so is unlikely. Oh, no. But gonna be missing that. Some fancy feet from Spies. They're gonna be getting in some of this damage. They're just double flashing under. They don't care anymore. They do not care, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, gets the pick up there. He gets the shutdown. He gets the gold there onto the Braum.
Yeah, Varus has been a very popular champ, and when he goes up, he goes off.
And Echo is just getting thrown around by Malcor, but Gray and Toad are going to be fighting it, duking it out here on the Rift Scuttle, but it does not matter. Toad is just too much of a lead, and Echo is just going to be fighting against Malcor here. He gets some good damage off, but he no longer has mana. But that's going to be R coming out from Malcor. But Toad's going to be flashing under and killing Fangs, and he's wow.
Yeah, that's a kill for sure. One of the things to note here is if it's AP Varus, that's going to be a lot of AP
that's
on Divine Guardian.
That's going to be a knockup. That's going to be a good return from Toad, and that's going to be a kill on Spies from Spies onto Hits.
Yeah.
That's going to be just a Ignite hit. Wow, the Demacian Standard getting that extra damage in to ensure that the Ignite will burn her alive.
Yeah, kill secured
Oh,
here, no KSing.
Gray missing the point blank stun. You hate to see it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, she is not going to get knocked up, taking some plan B. Going to be getting out of here just fine.
Oh, okay. So this middle turret this set has just been absolutely abused left, right, and center.
Two laners, one tower, going down super fast, dying. The minion wave crashing in yet again. There's no Rift Herald to help doing that. That is just Suntuler wailing at it with the lethality style build. He's going to be hurting with this Prowler's Claw and another serrated Dirk. Ooh, and Lucidity
upgraded
Boots. Ooh, he's going to be
my.
smarking. That pole is going to be going somewhere, and you're going to be wanting to calling a doctor afterwards.
Rectologist, to clarify there.
Thank you for clarifying. Thank you for the clarification. No dragon taken at this point, almost at 10 minutes. Divine Guardian might be playing for it. We'll have to see if they're able to, with Toadstep going for an invade, trying to out-farm Gray. Despite the kill differential, the farm has been relatively similar. Demasia's ultimate is going to be coming up soon, but will Divine Guardian be able to take it before that happens, or are they going to be shoved up 4-1?
Ooh, Toadstep guy pulling that, ripping that R off, but the sleep rock will Echo be able to get some of this damage off? Right now he's getting very low on mana. It's looking kind of be a bit dire, but Toadstep going to be trying to jump in onto the back line, going to be getting the kill onto Toadstep there. Hits is trying to run out with their life. He's then going to be going down. Fang's trying to get any damage off as he can, but he's going to be going down as well. They're playing with their food there. And that's going to be 4 people killed in the bot side. Echo's going to be managing to stay alive on the top side.
Yeah, we're already seeing a 12k lead at 10 minutes, so that's more than 1,000 gold differential already per minute. It looks like this is going to be lights out. I will give a kudos to Divine Guardian, not forfeiting, trying to play this out and maybe learn from their mistakes in this little preseason to try and improve as players. This could be another TP out of TP Echo. Trying to get some of that gold, trying not to slip as much, already getting double farmed out. Gray getting caught out on his red here.
Tuller just being absolutely merciless here and just picking up another kill onto Gray.
Yeah,
Gray is barely able to even exist in his own jungle this set.
Yeah, Tuller kind of being a bit of a tool, picking on people, going electrocute, going lethality, but if you've got this much of a gold lead, it doesn't necessarily matter what you end up building. You'll just kill them outright anyways.
So, can they FF at 15? I just want this is actually just a style question. Are people allowed to do that or no?
I believe you are. You're not able to forfeit in the finals, to my recollection.
In the finals, yes, I would understand that.
If it is being streamed by their channel, they're not allowing it. So there is a chance for an FF at 15. It's going to be very difficult for Divine Guardian to come back. I've seen them come back from a 10k gold deficit, but not one.
Okay, that was some fancy feat from Echo there, and that's going to be a pickup for NATO, but that's going to be both of those people going down. Is Gray able then to find a pickup here? That's going to be a knock-up on that. Gray's then able to get the kill on Macro Beast, but then it's going to be instantly falling to Todd. Tuller's going to be getting the pickup onto Fangs here. Is now also going to be possibly getting the grab onto Hits here. He's kind of low on health, but right now he just has too much damage coming through.
Yeah, a lot of damage, and with Jinx being alive, trying to get this PD here, gonna really hurt these towers. That extra attack speed you get from your minigun really hurts and helps peel those towers. It does more damage than you would expect, especially when you're already level 9 at the 12-minute mark with a 2-level lead on your laning opponent.
Also, that was a 12-minute ace.
That is correct.
A 12-minute ace. Oh, gosh. God.
Will a 15k gold lead will help enable that for sure. Not quite catching that back. That would have been amazing if they were able to catch Toadstep just because of the Magi's and the shutdown gold alone. But if they're able to catch Tuller as well, that's going to be 1,000 gold on Divine Guardian. That's going to help them get closer to evening out this game. It's still not going to make a super large difference, but one nonetheless.
So right now, I think I have to thoroughly disagree with the Eclipse call from the Vi. I think the Chempunk Chainsaw into Radiant Virtue is really the play, but right now Echo's going to be getting low right on out of the gate. And that he's going to be going on down, and that's just going to be, wow.
How do you get your team to heal though when everyone just dies instantly? If you're able to pop some of these more major targets with Eclipse, you might actually be able to do it and get you back into this game. I think Eclipse is an understandable build for sure in this matchup. Although it looks like this is going to be a 14-minute inhibitor. They're not able to FF quite yet, should they want to.
Just... That's going to be a knockup onto Macro Beast. Macro Beast probably going to be falling down, but then Spies is then just going to be cutting his way on out here. Going to be getting this kill. Toadstep getting pretty low here, but then they're going to be getting the pickup. Toadstep is going to be going down, but that's going to be a triple kill for Vi here. She's going to be going down to some of this damage, but now it's got these two people here. Are they be able to find a kill on the mid lane tower?
Well, this is the Nexus towers already, not quite at 15 minutes, already taking out most of their towers. There's only one laning tower left.
Oh, Tuller just not caring about anything in the world here. Just going to be diving into all of them. I think right now, because like they're around level... Oh no.
Oh no.
Like they're around like level 9 and under. Their cooldowns for like the respawn timers are just going to be so low that they're going to be able to just kind of keep just throwing their bodies in their attrition style.
Yeah, Karthus style, Kog'Maw style.
Amen.
Open Kog'Maw style.
And we are not going to sing anymore because we don't have the rights for that song. But anyway, this Shelly is probably going to be the nail in the coffin to really end this game here.
They don't really need it. They have 4 levels on some of these people. 12 versus greatest hits 7. This is enough to end it. They've got all of the damage they need. 2 items versus the 0 completed items. Toadstep, of course, missing that. Will Nado be able to survive because of that misstep? That's a Drowsy.
Ooh, that's going to be Toadstep going down, getting the shutdown onto Gray here. So that's going to be good damage there.
The Magi is going down as well, under 10 for the crucial threshold.
Gray's going to be finding this as well here, but he's going to be popping over the plant. Are they going to be able to follow it up any further? But Tuller able to find the double kill, 1R. But he's getting low here. It seems that is going to be a 1,000 gold pickup for Fangs. But Gray's able to just kind of pick up a lot of these side kills, but Spies is going to be cutting it out just well enough to secure that kill.
Yeah, Sun Leviathan saying 1v1 me, bro, but it looks like they're being more of an Ouroboros here, devouring themselves, dying to some of these misplays. And it looks like Macro Beast is going to try and chunk out Fangs here.
So right now, we're kind of getting down to the point. I'm thinking that this is going to be... This is going to be done next team fight here. We have a Shelly proc coming through. Do you think they're just going to run through mid, or do you think they're going to take it through top here?
I think they're just going to be fighting for one of these inhibs again, just really exerting the minions again. It's pretty great that Divine Guardian has been able to stay at their base, catch these, super minions. They're getting extra gold because cannon minions are spawning more often for them because it's not quite at the 20-minute mark where it's going to be showing up every wave. So hopefully they're able to farm this out and get a little bit more gold to close the gap.
Nado, Toadstep's coming. Oh, he's going to find a Nado under that and out from his tower there. That's just going to be a quick and brutal end to him.
Yeah, Toadstep's saying here, Lux is going to be at another fountain. They'll have to go to World A to find the final form of Lux.
All right, right now, Hits is trying to go in on Toadstep. Toadstep going to be R'ing in, using Gray's ultimate against him. Gray trying to get out as much damage as possible. He's unable to do so. And that's going to be a further just kind of a team lead, because Nado's finally going to be coming back up. Now they're going to be able to drop this Shelly for free here.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of pressure here. This might be lights out. Greatest, if you can't get to the fountain in time, it's going to be going down. Nado's going to be going down here soon as well. Not quite able to get their ultimate off. And that's going to be the inhib here. They're going to be pressured off with only Fangs and TV Echo here. Leviathan is quite low, so it's kind of dangerous for them to be able to close it out. But they might just have the damage or the healing to do it. Gray trying to channel and locking in.
As they are coming through, but it's going to get instantly bubbled by the Singe there. And that's going to be Echo going down. Spies just has too much attack and attack speed here, and just going to be bursting through everybody.
3 items in 18 minutes. Not even going for a IE here, going for a Bloodthirster just to do a little bit of extra healing. Trying to pad the scores here, trying to kill people in the fountain, as you do when you're BMing an enemy team.
That was over 3 kills a minute. That game, absolutely ridiculous.
So yeah,
Wow.
that's going to be it for tonight. I know I don't have a whole lot more to say other than what was being said in the stream here. I hope everyone who was watching had a nice night. Do you have anything else to say, Verdant?
I don't have anything else. Thank you, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and that'll be it for me as well. Have a good night.